After hysterectomy, many women are told just take it easy, just rest. But what if now you feel like you're ready to start building strength again, get back into more activity, but you just don't know where to start? Well, building your core is very important after a hysterectomy surgery, and you do change after the surgery and need to build that foundation again to really help stabilize the muscles around your pelvis so your bladder has support and you support your back better and therefore don't have symptoms of new aches and pains that can come up, and also supporting your pelvic floor too. So strenuous workouts aren't going to be the best way to start with a lot of planking, crunching, and doing a lot of ab work. Instead, we're going to dial that back a little bit, work on some basics with rebuilding your body after a hysterectomy. And today I'm going to show you 6 Pilates-based exercises that are gentle and better for restoring your body in a safe manner before you go back to full-on fitness activities. My name is Dr. Dawn Andalone, and being a pelvic floor specialist and seeing women after a hysterectomy recover, there are some important things to note. So working on pelvic floor strength and core strength, really supporting your back and your pelvis area, is something that we don't want to just squeeze and do Kegel exercises and tighten those muscles. You want to learn to breathe through your exercises and gently move in a safe manner where your body can still go through the healing, but you also feel like you're building that strength and building the foundation. So we're going to take it from here. I want you to feel more confident, supported, and feel more empowered in your body after a hysterectomy, because it can come with a lot of questions, a lot of fear and frustration, and even just feeling like you're stuck and you're hopeless, not sure where to start, and if your recovery is going to go well. So if you're watching this before surgery or you're watching this after surgery, just listen to your body and go gently step by step, and make sure that you're not over pushing to feel any pain, discomfort, or just really listen to those signs so your body is healing properly. Now, the first exercise, you are going to be flat on your back. I have a mat on the floor. You can also do this on your bed if that's more comfortable. So the first exercise is arm movements with core engagement. So we are on our backs and we're gonna think of just taking a big belly breath, thinking of breathing that air into your lower belly, feeling your hands rise, and then exhale through your mouth. So if we take a few inhales and exhales and just get that air down into the ribs and the belly first. Then on your inhale, we're going to allow those arms to just float up, and then exhale, they're going to come back down to your hips. So we're just adding our arms with some breathing. Inhale, you feel the air down into your belly. Exhale, the arms come back down to your side. Very simple and gentle, but with the inhale, you should feel that rib cage open up, and then as you exhale, you can draw in those muscles just a little bit after about 5 of them. So the first 5 just go along with some breathing, lifting the arms and lowering the arms on your exhale, and the last 5 add a little belly pulling in on your exhale as you bring the arms down. So that is the first one, arms with your core engagement. With any of these exercises, just start with 10 slow reps and then gradually go up from there. Okay, the second exercise is a dead bug exercise. So we're going to take our arms straight up toward the ceiling. I'm going to extend my opposite arm and leg away from each other. I keep my leg a little bit off the floor, and as I do that, you want to keep contact with your back against the floor and a little drawing in of the lower belly. So I'm exhaling as my arm and leg go away from my midline. Breathe out through your mouth. Inhale as you bring it back in. Exhale. Inhale back in. Just nice and gentle, and watch for any rocking that happens in your hips and your pelvis. You want to really pull those muscles in just gently, enough that you keep some contact with your tailbone and your lower back against the floor. You can do a round of 10 of those on each side. If anything is uncomfortable, just go back to the first one with some breathing there until you're ready. Okay, the next exercise, you're gonna be on your side. I actually have two good exercises on your side, but we're gonna practice first just taking the top leg out, and I'm just propping myself up on my elbow, and I'm lifting that hip a little bit away from the floor. I'm not going into a full plank. That's gonna be a little more advanced exercise, but I just have my top leg lifting and lowering, okay? We're gonna do this with the breathing. You wanna exhale, pull in through those core muscles as you lift the leg. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Keep that length in your shoulders and your neck. Just think of your spine staying nice and long, and you're keeping your hips stacked on the other hip. So we're just doing a little leg lift here. You're gonna feel those hip muscles working, and we're starting to get your abdominals working a little bit too as you lift the leg. So you can do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other, but that's a side lying leg lift. Okay, next in this position, you can either stay like this on your side, or you can go all the way down on the floor. Maybe you have your head on a pillow. I'm gonna just prop my head up like this as well. But I'm gonna take that top leg, same idea. We wanna pull in through the abdominals, and we're gonna do small circles. So we're breathing as we circle, but you're not getting a lot of movement in the hips. You're keeping your top hip stacked on the bottom hip and pulling in through those abdominal muscles and pulling those in as I move the leg. Think of painting a circle on the wall with your toes, up and down and circle. 10 in one direction, and then if you're feeling pretty brave, you can go the other direction. You're gonna feel some burning in the hip because you're really starting to use those muscles and using the breathing and engaging through your lower belly at the same time, and then doing it on the other side, 10 in each direction. Okay, next we're on our back again. We're gonna do tabletop toe taps. So a more advanced exercise. If this is too hard, you can just go to single leg one at a time, just little marches here. But sometimes you look at, if you've been able to do those first 4 exercises I showed you, then you might be ready for more. So we're going to have our knees in a 90-90 position, 90-degree bend at the hip and the knees. And I take an inhale, and then as I exhale, I'm gonna pull in through those core muscles as I drop one leg down without letting my lower back lift off the mat. So you use that breathing all the way around. Use that control. And if this is the first time you're doing these exercises, that might be a little strenuous. So just start with one leg at a time until you feel like you've got the ability to really pull in those lower belly muscles and you're not having discomfort there too. So you can do, I would say start with 10, but you may get fatigued before that. No big deal, just take it as when you get tired or when you can't maintain your position through your trunk, then you'll stop and take a break. Finally, we are going to switch positions on all fours. So we're in a tabletop position, like your back is flat like a table. Imagine pulling and drawing in those muscles just gently through your lower abs, pulling those in. And we're gonna extend the opposite arm and leg. So think of it like the dead bug you did on the floor, but now we're in a different position and you're working those muscles all around your whole midsection and the muscles that stabilize right around your spine. Use that exhale as you extend the opposite arm and leg. Pretend like there's a bowl of water on your back and it's not gonna fall off. You're gonna stay real stable. Just pause for a second or two every time that arm and leg extends. So with these movements, this 6 Pilates-based exercise series, it's meant to help rebuild, restore your core, and really connect to those muscles again, getting your brain to connect to your body. Basically, after you undergo any kind of surgery, it's very important for healing. Also, very important to build that foundation, because your strength foundation is based on what your core is doing and how it can control and support your bladder so you don't have leaks, and support your back so you don't have pain happening, and also just recover that whole area to tone and support your midsection so you just feel better from the inside out. That's why I love some basic Pilates mat exercises, and those are safe for after a hysterectomy once you've been cleared by your doctor. So do this once a day. If you want to, you can work up to do this twice a day, but go ahead and just listen to your body, see how it feels, and maybe start with a couple of those before you do the whole series as well. Now, there are a lot of questions after a hysterectomy. I have some more helpful videos on this channel. And if you have more questions and want some one-on-one guidance, I do coaching calls and coaching programs, so you can book a call below. You can also take a look at my hysterectomy recovery program that gives you a specific stretches and exercises that are safe to do once you've been cleared by your doctor, in a little bit longer series than what I have given you today. So it's all to make you feel more confident and stronger in your body and feel better so you can take control. And I hope that you learned something from this video and you found it helpful. So we'll see you again in another video. Thanks so much for watching.